And I will always love you. We'll always love you. And that's what you call a sidestep.
Oh, the sidestep song.
That's what you call.
Welcome back to another episode of SHOWGAYS, a cinemamusical podcast. We are... This time we're talking about 1982's best little whorehouse in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Texas. Gilbert, Texas?
No.
Gilroy? Anyone remember?
I do not remember the name of the town.
Ooh. All right. Oh well.
And
Texas.
I got a bunch of whores here today.
I sure do.
As always, I'm your Madam of the House, Adam.
Madam
Adam. And this
I'm
is
Molly. Hi,
Yeah,
everyone.
that's Molly.
And I'm RJ.
RJ's our cheapest option here at the whorehouse.
I'm just giving it away. It's free.
That's actually gonna be my closer. Is rate your co-hosts based on who has the best hourly rate.
It's a price. We're doing a pricing tier.
Yeah. There's dynamic pricing for weekends, though.
Yes. Yeah. If you're able to support more.
Mm-hmm.
How are you, Molly? How is?
I'm good.
What size of fruit are we on now?
We are at, I believe it was a summer cantaloupe, which I was like, I don't know what that means.
What makes it different than a winter cantaloupe?
I'm just gonna go with like it's well grown because it's summertime is what I'm gonna go with. Yeah, summer cantaloupe is where we are with baby's development. I'm 30 weeks and 3 days, and I feel good because I had a to-do list this weekend that felt like it would never ever get done, and I finally accomplished the last part of it just before hopping on the pod. So I'm feeling like heck yeah.
The body was buried successfully.
Exactly. The body. No one's gonna find the body now. I think it's good to be. I feel like I'm starting the part of motherhood where you feel like it's physically impossible to complete all your tasks like a little early, a little bit before I'm officially a mom. So that's good.
That's just in time for you to then have to take on the role of finishing all the tasks when you are a mother. So that'll be nice.
Right.
Because he's not going to help, right? You're doing a tradition. You're a trad marriage situation.
No, but there were a lot of peanut related tasks this week because I had my work shower, which was really lovely. But
there were a lot of summer cantaloupe related tasks.
There was a lot of summer cantaloupe related tasks.
Not peanut. Much bigger than a peanut at this point.
Yeah. I've been organizing all of the baby stuff, and then I had to write all my thank you cards. So it's a thing.
Nice.
Well, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. We just closed our stage reading of King Lear. It was great because it was
excoriated by Chicago Reader magazine.
Chicago Reader said, "What a dingy community center this theater is in."
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, but did they say the production was good?
We accept the visibility, we're actually doing stuff that someone's taking a look at. It's not just us. We had a great time collaborating with another group. So they actually directed and cast and did the show. We were just kind of like providing the cultural context of it, like cultural consulting, you could say, maybe. Because
it was set. Where was the production set?
It was like set
Space.
It was set in like a Filipino household. So like the Lear and the three daughters were like Filipino. So we did a lot of like mixed language, which was great.
Yeah.
Great.
Love it.
So now we're looking forward. Adam and I will be moving very soon. We get our keys tomorrow as the day of recording. And we'll be doing a phased approach.
Not a physical key. We're in one of these new buildings that's all digital.
The app will just give us a key.
If the app doesn't work, we're fucked.
Yeah.
My brother has one of those where it's like a key code, and I love it because then like I just know the code to his house instead of
so you
having
just
to
get a
like,
guest code. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I want to get one of those one day.
Yeah, but the next time we'll record, we'll probably do it at our new studio.
Digs. Oh, you're going to a studio?
No. We're gonna have a dedicated studio for recording.
A pod studio? I didn't realize that's what was happening.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
you have
exciting.
a third bedroom.
It's a third bedroom.
Oh, okay. Wait, what are you using a second bedroom for?
A guest
room. Okay.
Sorry. I can't afford a 3-bedroom apartment here.
You know, Chicago's
having a family.
People like going to Chicago. I don't know if you've heard.
Yeah.
We've got the best summers.
I don't think Chicago's real estate and San Diego's are pretty comparable.
Quite
I think
on
it's
the
pretty
same
bad over there.
level.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
But hey, once the big one hits and California completely just separates away from continental.
But then I'm going to be paying island,
I know.
Prices.
You're gonna have
Hawaii prices.
The milk is going to be $8.
Yeah.
It's going to be insane.
The milk will be as expensive as the gas is currently.
Yeah. 7 something a gallon over here.
Dear God in heaven.
So if people are listening to this in the future, I hope gas is better or milk is better.
I hope by the time this comes out, we're back to 99 cents a gas.
Sure.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
It's back to 1999.
Sure.
Well, shall we talk about stuff? Do you have, I don't know, we probably don't have any
mailbox because nothing has been released.
What a question. But I will check. Again, this is why
we did get a DM, Molly, asking if Showgays will come back. And we said, yes, we're banking episodes. Please stay tuned.
Mm-hmm. No, we don't have any new mailbags.
Great. Any new promo products people want us to
no,
talk
we
about?
also did not receive any offers.
Wow. We're even off those lists now? Damn.
Yeah, they know we're inactive.
Okay, well, this week we watched Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Yes, we did.
And Molly is going to summarize it in a minute or less in a Southern accent. And her time starts now.
The Southern accent wasn't part of the deal before, but I'll try. Miss Mona is the operator of the Chicken Coop, the beloved whorehouse in Texas. She has a semi-secret relationship with the sheriff, Ed Earl. So they are having a great time. Everybody loves the Chicken Coop. It's been there for like 100 years, and it's a beloved institution. She is a contributing member of the community. But a TV provocateur, Mr. Melvin Thorpe, gets a bee in his bonnet about there being an operating whorehouse in rural Texas and starts to cover it on his program, causing some conflict between the town residents and the broader society. Eventually, because of all the pressure, Ed Earl asked Miss Mona to shut down the whorehouse for just a couple months while the things blow over. She agrees, but she forgets that the big game, the big football game, is the next day, and there's a beloved tradition where the winner of the big football game comes for a paid evening at the Chicken Coop. So she says, well, we'll do it just this one more night, and of course, Mr. Melvin Thorpe figures this out. He breaks into the Chicken Coop. He takes pictures of all the people there, and this causes enough pressure on the governor that the governor says they have to shut it down. So they shut it down permanently. We sadly see all the girls taking the bus to somewhere else, and Miss Mona, as she's packing up her house, gets swept away, though, by Mr. Ed Earl, who takes her with him to wed her, and he eventually becomes a state representative at the Texas State House.
Wow, about 2 minutes there. Good job.
No, really?
Well, the drawl really slows it
slows
down.
It was 1 minute in Midwestern speed.
Right.
Yeah.
I would like to issue a clarification. It is called the Chicken Ranch, not the Chicken Coop.
Chicken Ranch. That is a much more pleasant place to be than a coop. Coops are quite smelly, is my understanding.
But yeah, for not being prepared, Molly, you did a good job. You did officially. We know you officially watched it.
Yeah, it's because I did it off the top of my head. The summary. Yeah.
Okay. Molly, do you have a relationship to this musical?
Yes, I recall watching it once before.
Oh.
Maybe in my teens or early 20s or something. It just was, I think it was like on TV and I just turned it on. And I do remember that I'm sorry, I'm like, feel like I'm slipping back into the drawl as I'm talking. I do remember, I think I was young enough that I got a little confused in the song Nothing Dirty Going On, that I was like, wait, so are they saying that people just misunderstand it? It's not a whorehouse. But then now as an adult, I was like, oh, obviously what they're saying.
It was very clearly.
This is a reputable whorehouse is what they're saying.
Yes.
So, yeah, I had watched it one time before and I thought that I remembered enjoying it. And then I enjoyed it again when I watched it now.
Great. RJ?
I had heard of it. I knew it existed, but the only thing I'd ever seen was the football team arriving.
Kind of the big shapoopy number.
The big shapoopy number, but with buns of steel, jostling jock straps.
Oh wait, did you see the part where they're in the locker room and they're talking about how excited they are to go? Okay, well I see why that was something that you were interested in.
Because it is a favorite clip to be played at Musical Mondays.
That tracks. That tracks. I was, while doing this, I was like folding the laundry, and so Andrew was like coming in and out with loads, and I was like, look at these men that are so excited to sleep with women. Can't you tell how excited they are that they're going to sleep with women?
Listen, the house was also coming in and out with loads,
That's
the
true.
Whorehouse.
This is absolutely...
That's a cum joke.
Good. Yeah, I understood.
I'm going to get real dirty today. It's going to be really
It's hard
filthy.
not to with this topic.
I know,
this movie is the Molly theory of like musical theater is just gay men cosplaying straight culture.
My theory is it's gay people singing about how great it is to be heterosexual.
To be heterosexual, yes.
Yeah.
And that number specifically is like what I think about immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Adam?
The only thing I knew, I mean, I had heard of it, and then I had just seen the song, the Aggie number at Musical Mondays. That's the only frame of reference I had. I had no idea if it was like actually about a whorehouse or if it was like supposed to, like it was like it's actually about another thing, but they're calling like I was like I had truly no concept of what this was. So
I think they do the Dolly number where there's nothing going on around here.
Yeah,
I think that's the
dirty
other song.
Yeah,
that's the other song.
That's the other song that they normally play, but
it's mostly the Aggie number.
I also feel like I'd never heard the lyrics until we watched it. I mean, it's a bar. It plays at a bar, so it's not like it's like people are silently watching.
No, we're hooting and hollering for the Dolly.
Did they do the lyrics at Musical Mondays? Like
no,
on the curriculum.
I think they'll only play it if songs have a sing along. Like they'll sometimes throw that in there,
but they're not gonna like do their own captioning. That's fair.
No.
Okay, so let's talk about this is actually based on a real place called the Chicken Ranch. It was an illegal brothel in the U.S. state of Texas that operated from 1905 until 1973 in Fayette County, which is about 2.5 miles east of downtown LaGrange, which is the county seat in Texas.
And another place that I've never heard of before.
Correct. There's a whole Wikipedia article if you really do want to read about the actual story, but it pretty much follows what happened. Like, there's a little bit of history of, like, before it was the Chicken Ranch, like, when it operated more downtown, and then it was kind of chased out of town a little bit. But it's, like, like, Edna Milton, I'm sorry, that's not true. It started with Miss Jessie Williams. She was, like, the first owner and brothel keep. Whatever.
Madam.
Custodian, yes.
The madam. And she was the one who kind of set it up as being outside of downtown, but she also started this, like, goodwill with the town, so, like...
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't an issue. And then Edna Milton took over in the 1950s, and after Williams died in 1961... she renamed it Edna's Fashionable Ranch Boarding House. And then this is like she continued to like she was giving like charity donations. She was like buying from specific local stores so that they had like good rapport with everybody in town. But it did also, she had a direct line with the sheriff, like a direct phone connection with the sheriff, and he would call every night and she would inform him of any suspicious activity that she had heard about from any of the clients.
So that was like kind of
tabs on what was going on.
The deal. Yeah. Let me say, I know that it wasn't actually a boarding house, but I've been watching Hey Arnold as well recently. Why did we outlaw boarding houses? They should still exist in a country with, again, I mean, I'm coming from a San Diego real estate perspective, but I should be allowed to rent a room in a boarding house. And I think that this should become a political thing that we're bringing them back.
Molly, welcome to YIMBYism. Let's go, Molly. Let's be YIMBYs together.
I'm literally on the like California YIMBY email list, and I use their endorsements to help me cast my ballot for the
ballot
primary that's happening on Tuesday.
Reading all about zoning is so, and just like the way everything was zoned out of and for being able to work. The thing I found out recently about like how there's a specific set of like crisscrossing fire escape stairs that are mostly illegal in the United States. They're called scissor stairs.
Okay.
But because they wanted like to ensure that there were like two different places of stairways versus like one big stairwell, even though there was like a fireproof wall between the two flights that would like scissor past each other. I think there's a town, I think Seattle actually just got rid of their mandate for it, which now allows developers to like use more of the square footage for like the homes versus like setting off like 40% of the plot has to be like a fire escape or whatever. Anyway, this is not what it's about at all. Sorry, I could do this for a while, but
any zoning musicals yet? Maybe we should be on the lookout.
Maybe we'll write one.
Maybe we'll write
that'll be one of our first
YIMBY the
productions.
musical.
It does sound like with an exclamation point at the end.
YIMBY!
Yeah.
Yay! It sounds very fun.
And for those who don't know what YIMBY is, just as a precursor.
Oh yeah.
NIMBY is not in my backyard, meaning I don't want any changes to happen in my community or whatever.
Yeah.
YIMBY is the opposite, which is like, I am not a steward of keeping this as a fossil forever. It should grow and expand and change as time progresses. So anyway, okay. The other thing I wanted to point out is the story of, in the beginning of the show, Deputy Fred tells the story of the history of the brothel. And he mentions that there was a period of time where you could turn in a chicken and in exchange for sex. And that was actually true. During the Great Depression, Miss Jessie Williams was forced to lower her prices. As the Depression lingered, the number of customers dwindled, and Williams had difficulty making ends meet for her employees. She implemented the poultry standard and charged one live chicken for each sexual act. The number of chickens at the brothel exploded, and soon the place became known as the Chicken Ranch. Williams supplemented her income by selling surplus chickens and eggs.
Very nice.
There you go.
An enterprising woman.
Yeah, I'm saying, exactly. Okay, so that's about the real place. Then there was an article, after it closed, written in Playboy in 1974, which was called The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. You can actually find that article on Playboy.com. I do think you have to make a login for Playboy.com if you all want to go do that yourself. And then the writer of the article and a couple other people thought it would be a great idea to turn it into a musical. So why the hell not?
Listen, let's have more men think about ideas.
So the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas musical opens off Broadway in 1978, and then it reopened on Broadway that same year and ran for 1,584 performances for 4 straight years.
Yeah.
So it was a very well-liked show. Tommy Tune. We've talked about Tommy Tune before. He was the director of Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Oh,
and I believe
the legs of Broadway, Tommy Tune.
And I believe he was the choreographer as well. RJ, I wanted to note that the U.S. national tour in 2001 did star Anne Margaret. So you just missed out on seeing the national tour with Anne Margaret.
Wow.
Anyway, the town is called Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Anyway, yeah, it was interesting. It was nominated for some awards. For Tonys, I mean, it did win Best Featured Actor and Best Featured Actress. Carlin Glynn.
If you scroll up,
I think she played the. Oh, thank you. Hello,
Mona.
Oh, she was Mona, which is so weird that it was featured actress because she's like the main character. But unless in the stage version, it's less so.
I think I did see something that said that to beef up Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton's roles, they made it like more focused on those two for the film.
Them.
And then Sheriff Dodd won the Tony as well, but he was also featured actor, which again is very strange. But so fun stuff. Cool, great.
The creator, music lyrics by Carol Hall. Is that like a Leslie where it's like a man? Oh no, it's a woman. Okay. I didn't know if we were like female names were, like Southern male names situation.
Oh, I see. Like an Ashley.
Yeah, or like
an Ashley used to be a boy's name.
Yeah.
There is a sequel that debuted in the 90s on Broadway and ran for like 2 months or something like that. It's called The Best Little Whorehouse Goes Public.
The road.
The Best Little Whorehouse Goes Public. And I just needed to read this to you because it's so funny. I'm going to read the synopsis. Hoping to recover $26 million in back taxes owed them by the Las Vegas whorehouse Stallion Fields, the IRS lures former brothel Madam Mona Stangley out of retirement to run the operation. Complications arise when billionaire Sam Dallas arranges the sale of shares in the enterprise on the stock exchange, and right-wing politician Senator A. Harry Hardass objects to his plan.
That's a fun name.
Then, on this Wikipedia article, no one's checking. But none of the Wikipedia moderators are checking any of this, by the way, I can tell. Because following that, under the synopsis category, says, the Vegas locale allows for an ongoing parade of barely dressed showgirls in glitzy Bob Mackie costumes, Sonny and Cher, Elvis Presley, Liberace, and Siegfried and Roy impersonators, and a 2-bit stand-up comic acting as MC against the background of flashing neon lights and accompanied by the sound of ever-jangling slot machines. Something about the way that sentence was written was like an old queen who was like, I saw this when it was running, and let me tell you, this is what I did not like about it. So I did like that. So let's talk about the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
So Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, directed by Colin Higgins. You might know him for one of his most famous works is 9 to 5, directing that. He also contributed to the screenplay, as well as Larry L. King, who wrote the original article for Playboy, and Peter Masterson, who wrote the book for Broadway. It's based on everything I just said. Produced by Thomas L. Miller, Edward K. Milkis, and Robert L. Boyett. It stars Burt Reynolds as the sheriff, Dolly Parton as Miss Mona, Dom DeLuise as the reporter, Charles Durning is the governor, and Jim Neighbors, Gomer Pyle, is the deputy.
I'm glad that you knew that he was Gomer Pyle, because when we were watching this, Andrew was like, is that Gomer? And I was like, his name is Jim. And I didn't realize that he was like known for this other role.
Oh, yes. Cinematography is by William A. Fraker. It is edited by David Bretherton and Pembroke J. Herring. The music is by Carol Hall and Patrick Williams. Production companies are Miller Milkis Boyett Productions and RKO Pictures, and it was distributed by Universal. It was released on July 23rd, 1982, and its running time is 114 minutes. Its budget was $20 million to $35 million, depending on sources, and then the box office was $69.7 million, making it the 10th highest grossing film of 1982.
Wow. That's interesting too, because this is kind of in the like post Dolly like slump of musicals.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I wonder how this kind of became an exception.
I mean, probably my guess is like they're huge names at the time. Like Burt Reynolds is like a movie star. Dolly had obviously just been in 9 to 5 a couple years before, so she was a name of her own right. And I think just like the title is so
provocative.
It's so provocative.
Yeah. And if it was such a successful musical, people probably wanted to see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some production mess happened on this. The original directors, who were supposed to be Tommy Tune and Peter Masterson, coming from Broadway, were fired. Because Universal was like, they've never directed a movie, we don't trust them. So then gave it to Colin Higgins. Larry L. King, who
Tommy Tune had never directed a movie?
He never directed a movie.
That's crazy. Has he?
I know.
Wasn't he in movies?
Yes.
Huh.
Larry L. King, who I had said wrote the original article for Playboy, he he has a lot of very funny quotes. I'm gonna read you one. I'm allowed to say what I'm about to say because I'm gay.
Okay.
But I just want to make that clear.
Well, I know. I didn't know which direction we were going.
In 1980, King wrote a letter to Frank Rich where he said, "Looks as if Hollywood is really going to do a number on the Whorehouse movie. Word is that Stevie Phillips isn't going to be allowed to produce it. Pete and Tommy are out as directors, and they're bringing in some guy to rewrite it so that it will fail to resemble anything of the stage show. The director, I hear, is to be one Colin Higgins. He is advertised as an English fag. Ned Tannen is alleged to have said that all he wanted of Whorehouse was the title so he could make a film in which Burt and Dolly screw their brains out. Burt Reynolds told Stevie and Pete he wants the movie to be Smokey and the Bandit visit the Whorehouse."
Wow, he does feel like, yeah, that's a guy who would write an article for Playboy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I will say, Colin Higgins, who did direct this movie,
is he an English bundle of sticks?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
He did actually end up passing away due to the AIDS crisis in 1988,
1988,
just a few years later. But I do feel like there is for sure a gay lens on this film.
The jock straps now makes a lot of sense.
Yes, the way the women kind of aren't sexy.
They don't look. They're not they don't look like they're supposed to be.
The camera is not ogling them. I think.
No.
Even
with Dolly's fantastic breasts, just heaving constantly.
Yeah. I feel like this is but it's so musical theater. Musical theater loves nothing more than dressing up as sex workers in some way, but not actually having it be sexy.
Correct.
That's really musical theater's area. Yeah, it's Les Mis. Cabaret, it depends on the production, I think, how much they actually make it sexy.
Mm-hmm. Even
there was another one I was thinking of.
Even the line dancers from what was the one with Shirley MacLaine we watched last year? What was that called?
Oh yeah. Sweet Charity.
Sweet Charity.
What's her name?
Where it was very they're doing Fosse, so it's not sexy.
Yeah.
Because it's Fosse.
It's just sinewy. Just like limbs.
Moulin Rouge. It's just, it's our area. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he's got some quotes. I do want to say, though, there's a bunch of stuff about how King, hated this movie. He hated Burt Reynolds. He hated Dolly Parton. He ended up being so mad at this movie that at some point he said he, was trying to fist fight Burt Reynolds. He was trying to get papers to be we're gonna fight, and Burt had agreed, but then it never actually happened. Anyway, King later wrote, much later, he said, "Though I was fond of the screenplay Pete Masterson and I put together, let's face it, even if the Universal Nabobs and Burt and Dolly came up with a movie I hardly recognize, they can't justly be accused of having tampered with Shakespeare or having done violence to art. Whorehouse is an entertainment, pure and simple, and I think more people should have this feeling."
Yes.
It's fine. Yeah. Who cares? So that I did enjoy that. Dolly had a terrible time.
Oh,
Dolly hated working on this project.
Oh no.
So
because of the production or people or
so part was like Burt Reynolds had just broken up with Sally Field, so he was like in a piss poor attitude on set the whole
just a
time.
mopey guy. Yeah,
and they kept sending Dolly into his trailer to like make him like cheer him up, and she was like, "What? I'm going through my own like don't what am I doing?
That's not part of my job."
She has this incredible quote from her memoir where she said, "The wonderful time I had on 9 to 5 had whetted my appetite for another movie. Whorehouse was a completely opposite experience. It was as if 9 to 5 had been my first lover, sweetly seductive before and gentle and caring during our lovemaking. Whorehouse then was a rapist."
Oh my God, Dolly.
And, I mean, take the metaphor the whole way, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she is a songwriter. She's like, I'm not mincing my words.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. She also said that there was like Burt Reynolds had said like he had kind of a backhanded remark where he was like, Dolly was very self-deprecating, at least in public, which I was like, interesting. I don't know if that means like she seemed to have an ego behind the scenes or something,
but she's Dolly Parton. Like
some of the screenplay changes are attributed to both of them. Like some sources are like Burt wanted the script to be changed more, Dolly wanted these people thrown out, They themselves kind of have differing accounts of how it all went down. It was clearly like a mess from the start. And it is maybe not vastly different. I shouldn't say vastly different, but it is much different than the stage show. So in the stage show, they're not continued lovers throughout the show. They had a one night stand 15 years ago, and that's what they're both holding on to. Yeah. And it does end with him proposing and her saying yes. Whereas like the movie, we're very strangely like has that happening off screen, and it's like not satisfying as an ending to a film, but we'll obviously talk about that later.
Well, we watched their pickup truck fly off into the fields, and that's the romance we were all yearning for.
That's what we were all clamoring for.
Yeah, that's what we wanted.
And there was another thing that I saw about the show or the movie where apparently so many people were being fired. But Dolly said people were being fired left and right. In fact, at one point there was a bumper sticker circulating around Hollywood that read, "Honk if you've been fired from Best Little Whorehouse." Which I can't tell if that's real or she's like saying a joke, but it's very funny.
It's funny either way, yeah.
So that, and then she did write a bunch of songs for this project, but they only ended up using "Sneaking Around," and then obviously 2 stanzas of "I Will Always Love You," which had come out 10 years before. It came out in 1972. Yeah.
As soon as she started singing that, I was like, was this the origin of that song?
That's
but then
what
I saw that it was.
I was like, oh shit. No.
Because we kept hearing the sound like as scoring.
They use it to score a couple times.
Yeah, and Adam was like, "That's the song."
I Will Always Love You. And RJ was arguing with me, and then she sang it.
And then she started singing. She said, "If I," and I was like, "Oh."
My hottest take is I do prefer Dolly's version of "I Will Always Love You."
Dolly versus Whitney. Two great
I think I still prefer
versions.
Whitney's. They're both great. Yeah.
They're both incredible. There's something about how timid Dolly's is that I think is so touching.
Yeah.
But that's wild. Did I say she wrote "Sneaking Around"? That was the song she wrote. Okay. So that's that. And then marketing this film was very bizarre because whorehouse was like a banned word in many states for public marketing.
Wow.
So they had to figure out ways around
best
it.
Best little.
So that's so funny that you say that. In Canada, on radio, they would say best little, they would like click their tongue. They would say like best little in Texas, which was very strange. Some places called it best. Dolly herself has even referred to as Best Little Chicken Ranch in Texas from time to time.
Okay, that makes sense.
A common one was Best Little Cat House in Texas.
Okay.
It was very strange. And like some places it was like the print media was we were allowed to do it, but then like
yeah,
on
it
TV,
was just not consistent at all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some places they like censored, like they had the blur effect over the word. Like it was like it was very weird, which I've never thought about.
Have you guys ever watched the show Taskmaster?
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, the episode that just came out, there was a task that was unnecessarily censor yourself. So they were like doing things that were actually innocent, but then censoring them for the TV.
Very much what happens to
make it look like that it was bad. Yeah.
What happened to Burt Reynolds in the show?
Yeah, in the movie
when he's like on the TV and they censor his threats.
This, as I mentioned earlier, this was the 10th highest grossing movie of 1982. It knocked E.T. from its top spot the week that it opened.
Oh my god!
And was at the time the highest opening for a musical ever in history.
Oh, wow.
It was also said that it was at the time the highest opening for an R-rated film ever, but also the ratings had just been established, so it's has like
it was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so whatever.
But that's sometimes that salacious marketing of we got to censor the name of this really works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was nominated at the Academy Awards. This was nominated for The Governor. The Governor was nominated for
not even Dom DeLuise.
No,
that's crazy.
I mean, I did not like The Governor. It just is the smallest.
He was like, what, 2 scenes?
Yeah, he just had
like
one feature.
It's like such an
song.
insane, it's such an insane thing to be like, this is the performance we're gonna.
Yeah, I will say that I think that
they for movies.
I think they filmed it in the real Texas State House because Andrew and I went to Austin like a year ago and we went to the State House. So. Yeah,
we just drove by it when we went to Austin, right? We were like, oh, there it is.
Andrew loves going to state houses, so that's just my lot in life now.
That does not surprise me on Who the Man You Marry.
Well, they filmed it in the state capitol. It was the first movie to ever be allowed to shoot in the state capitol.
Nice.
And then the last fun IMDb trivia thing I had was the complete version of the Aggie song, as featured on the soundtrack album, included an additional verse in the shower room, as well as an extended dance sequence while the guys were getting dressed. The full number was never included in wide releases. However, it was leaked and went on to be regularly played as a sing-along in a Chicago gay bar. Oh my God! Later, the bootlegged scenes briefly blipped on YouTube, and a reconstructed edit was ultimately uploaded to video.
Wow.
There you go.
Look at
Mondays. I'll be honest. I took a bio break during that number because I was like, okay, I've seen it. When it played, did it not have that shower scene?
It did.
Oh, okay, it did. Okay.
But I don't know if it seemed like the same as what we see at Sidetrack.
Yeah, like the high-fiving in the water and the
he like flexes in the shower. Yeah. That whole thing happened.
So maybe it's back or something.
Been restored.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Thanks to Sidetrack.
Thanks to Sidetrack. Very important to the Showgays lore, Sidetrack. Thank you.
All right, let's get into it. Thoughts on sex work, Molly? Do you want to take a stand on sex work?
Yeah, I'm pro sex work being allowed. All of this could be this is like actually like a model of like how it's like a good movie for like explaining how it could be a contributing to society. Mm-hmm. Overall, it's just so fun. It's just not a single second of this is being taken too seriously, and I really appreciate that. Mm-hmm. And I also love how it's like a flip of the expected morality where it's like the big city guy is the one who's like being a Bible thumper and being all shocked by it, and the country people are the ones who are like, well, but there's like gray areas to morality, and like there's we don't really have an issue with this or whatever. And so like I liked that it was playing with that kind of like assumption of like rural versus urban viewpoints.
This I feel like is a remnant of like when Texas was Western. Like I think now Texas has this kind of energy. Obviously Texas is kind of its own island of like everyone is very proud of being specifically Texan. But I think for a long time in America's history, like it was that very specific kind of like let's say libertarian, like if you had a trouble with someone, you just go like duel them, like all that kind of like very all the movies that are like westerns, it's like very that energy. And I think now probably Texas is a little more coded just regular South. I'm not saying it's included in the Deep South, but it has more of that, I think, influence nowadays. So it is interesting to watch this as kind of like a last gasp of like Texas being like the great wide west.
Cowboy Texas.
Yeah.
There were so many moments during the movie where I was like, the talking points and what they're addressing is still so kind of real and happening today. Like the scene right before what is his name?
Melvin Thorpe.
The scene right before where he's like, well, like kind of just explaining it to Ed, of like, look, this is what's gonna happen, blah blah blah. You know, people just need to like rally against the thing, da 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 da, and like use the like morality as a way to like rally people. You understand? And then immediately goes into it, kind of like to like fully. And I'm like, there was during that scene where I was like, Adam, this literally is still happening today. Like in TikTok forums and in conservative podcast.
Yeah.
Our
this
peers,
is the thing that actually drives me crazy about like somewhat lazy political or cultural discourse where people are like, especially nowadays with blah, and I'm like, that's been happening for a long time. It's not a nowadays problem. My mother-in-law earlier today was telling me about a Leave It to Beaver episode that was about catfishing, essentially, because they were like writing each other love letters. And it's like the idea of like deceiving someone and talking yourself up unnecessarily
always existed
before.
There's new ways to do it.
Yeah.
But it's not
but
like it was
we've
just
done that before.
We're just innovating the manipulation of people. Constantly innovating. But yeah, I agree. There were some moments where it did feel like it slowed down for me. I think a lot of the internal scenes between the two main characters, but I do think that's probably like, well, we got to have a scene where Burt Reynolds and Dolly their faces are so close to each other on the screen, because like it's just such a amazing,
so attractive.
They're beautiful.
So
they have like, you know, huge fan base. Like, of course we're gonna shoot the scene of them just laying out and watching the stars for like 25 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think it was that long, but yes, I agree that like that scene wasn't like needed for the plot really or anything. Other than, I mean, it was kind of cute to have their little like talking about religion moment.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely a scene that I was like, okay, that's one of the ones that they added to like give more time to the stars, because that was what the movie was sold
But
on.
even that scene, like the religion conversation was still very much like, wow, like, is this something ad-libbed that we need to like show today? Like, just for people to kind of like take a chill pill on the, you know, the extremism of that. Yeah. Because I was like, this feels like such a chill way to like have a relationship with religion, like the way Dolly explains it. I was like, I believe in Jesus, but you know, like there's things we gotta do.
I am curious what the original libretto is like, because I feel like I might enjoy the version
musical
of this where they're not together and it's more they're yearning to be together, but due to circumstance they can't be together. Like I think that might be probably a stronger choice versus like this one. But then it's funny because if the concept was like, let's just have them like boink each other all over the film, like they don't do anything. Like
the closest we got was the bed, but then it gets interrupted.
Yeah.
And then they never come back to it.
No. It's always, it's interrupted before it starts, or it's like we're cutting to they're in bed, like they're getting woken up in the middle of the night and they're just sleeping in the same bed, but there's like there's no real like heat in those scenes.
No.
But that I thought was like, that's, I guess that my watch was like, oh, that's like the joke of the movie is that it's called Best Little Whorehouse in Texas and there's actually like nothing very erotic happening in the film at all.
Yeah, it's a deeply unsexy film, I would say. And like, how dare you tease me with Burt Reynolds in little skimpy briefs and then
you show me like 2 seconds of it.
How dare you?
He runs.
I mean, at least I got like a bunch of boy butt in the
locker
room.
A lot of Aggie butt.
I will say, I think this is kind of a gender equal film in terms of nudity because we see a lot of women's breasts in the scene where the reporter breaks in and takes the pictures. But we saw a lot of men's butts before that. So I was like, we're pretty 50-50 on this one. I like it.
Yeah. I thought this was good. I had a good time watching it. I felt when it was over that I was like, I needed like 15% more jokes. Like I felt like weirdly I wasn't laughing a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I thought like the circumstances were funny and I really do like this Dom DeLuise performance. I know it's going for the rafters. I know it is big and hammy, but like no one else is going that big in this movie, so it was nice for him to have that chance to do it. It is weird because Burt Reynolds is like very funny, so it was weird to have him not really ever have like jokes to deliver.
Yeah, he had some, but it was just not enough. Like he obviously had a lot with Jim Neighbors, like as his deputy.
Yeah, but a lot of the punchlines were given to
him,
to Neighbors.
Yeah. Maybe they thought that it would like undercut his masculine cowboy image to be funny. I don't think that that's true, but I think that could be why, or maybe they just needed a punch up, pass on it. But they had already fired so many people that they were like, well, dang, we should just we just gotta film with something.
We just gotta finish. Yeah, he had good reactions. Like, I really liked the reaction of him realizing that the Chicken Ranch was still having the Aggie party and like then running. Like there is, but that comedy lends itself to, you're right, the like Western, almost like the Western style of like you just see all of a sudden the Dukes of Hazzard, like the police car just zoom in, or like the donkey just sitting on the car, and then all of a sudden you see the donkey running away after the gunshot. Like there's a lot of that comedy that I think it's probably leaning itself more in order to do the Western style a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's really fun. I think it's very funny. I'm shocked it hasn't been revived because like it was feels so popular. Like so like I can't figure out like what a reason would be to not
do you need to turn woke brain off in order to watch this now?
I mean, I guess, but it's not even, we're not even in like the movie, it's so the story's so unrealistic, even though obviously it actually happened. Like it's so big and Texan, like it's just so larger than life that it's like a little, it's very like, it feels like a tall tale, which is like when I was like looking it up, I was like, oh, this is real. This is based on something real.
I don't really think there's anything like not woke about it. I mean, they're having like pretty sophisticated discussions about sex work, I would say, in a way, in terms of the legalities. I would say the only thing that's like, it's like so outdated that it's funny is the woman who in the interview is like, well, my husband used to visit once a week and I appreciated the break or whatever. It's like, it's like, it does lean a little bit into the idea of like, well, women don't enjoy sex. So like, we're so glad that these
girls are really
off our hands.
Taking one for the team.
Yeah. That, and Dolly also makes a joke, but I love the joke. It's so funny that she's like, you don't think that the cows appreciate it when the bull goes out to pasture for a while or something like that. So like that part, I guess, is like not so woke, but overall, like it's just like a movie about how like they're clearly not causing an issue in their own community. Everyone in the community is totally on board.
It's totally happy.
There's no reason for us to be like bringing in outside forces to judge this situation. And I don't think that that's a particularly anti-woke message.
Yeah. The moment where he goes into town and he goes to the taping of the reporter's show.
Yeah.
And they do the like gospel inspired number of
in the shoot in the studio, or the one that's like outside.
It's the same song both times, but that number, I thought, I was like, as soon as it started, I was like, oh my God, it's the Music Man.
yes.
Like literally, I was like, American musicals are fascinated by like guys who are tricking the other, like duping the public
through like joyous music, and everyone's
charismatic gospel like music. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. When I watched it, I kept singing that song after, but now I can't remember what the tune
Texas
was.
has a whorehouse in it.
Yes.
Oh, Texas has a whorehouse in it.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Yeah.
It's very funny. It's so funny how stupid it is what I really liked. Besides that, though, I have to shout out this insane haircut they gave Dom DeLuise as Melvin Thorpe. It's so stupid and goofy that every time he was on screen, I like did laugh because of how dumb he looked.
Because of the hair. Yeah. I loved that he is doing full gospel numbers. Like, we're in such a landscape of like so many conservative talk shows. It's just like a guy behind a desk just like yapping, that I was like, if somebody got on Fox News and they were like doing a number of this level, I would have doing a number, I mean, for maybe not their views, but like for the effort put into it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Step it up, Nick Fuentes.
Step it up. Yeah. Nick Fuentes, I'm bored in your streams. Do a number.
Where's the number?
A full costumed number, please.
Hello?
The best, I think my favorite joke from the movie, though, was where he's Ed Earl is trying to appeal to Melvin by being like, it's been here for so long. I'm sure your grandpa took your daddy down there to teach him about the birds and the bees. And he goes, I'm from New Jersey.
That was funny.
I just moved here 6 years ago. But he's like playing this like, I'm the Texan of Texas. Like, wearing the cowboy hat, wearing the like boots and everything. It's so funny.
Right. It's so funny. It's so good. I guess the other thing that's not particularly woke is that none of the girls that work in the house have personalities at all. Like,
absolutely,
like they just have they have visual distinctions to some extent, but like they never have like lines or backstories or
Yeah. Speaking of women without anything to do, this character of his like Ed Earl's like kind of girlfriend in the town, or like the girl who I think likes him in the town, runs
the
Dulcie
diner.
May.
Yeah.
What was the point? I'm assuming in the stage version she is like actually with him. Like that's probably part of the thing. He can't be with Mona because he's with her. Like blah 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 blah. But then you've changed it, so now it's like okay, she just likes him, and she's like I guess a promise of like an honest life. I guess
I think I think she to me functioned as like he is torn because who he truly loves is Mona, but he to like I guess show us that he could have a more respectable wife, and that's like the smarter choice when he has political aspirations. But also he's Burt Reynolds, so I don't think I would watch this movie and been like, but could he bag anyone other than Dolly Parton if he didn't if he broke up with her? Like I don't think I would have been concerned about that. So I don't know that I needed that character to exist for that purpose.
Yeah. What did you guys think about the big fight when he calls her a whore?
I mean, I could have seen it happen. I was like, okay, that makes sense. That's kind of like the big thing that he would say to hurt her. I do think they acted very well. Like I was very, very passionate, and I was afraid. I was like, is it gonna get physical? Because I was like, are they gonna start hitting each other? Because they were screaming at each other, and then like the decision of like Burt Reynolds just leaving and like kind of like ends it in that silent place. And then like Dolly like really like selling it being hurt. I could also imagine Dolly like as Dolly Parton taking on this role of like, I run this like whorehouse as this persona that I do of like, you know, my tits are out all the time. I'm like hyper feminine, like it's like big blonde hair. Like it's probably already things that she as an artist is like, I have to like own this because it's become like a thing that people love me or love to hate about me. So like,
yeah.
I could feel it all like, wow, there's a meta thing happening. It's almost like A Star is Born. Like there's a meta thing happening I'm seeing of like Dolly being this character and then like being told this as like it really hurting her that I was like, oh, like I'm seeing it like connect in that way.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how Dolly Parton feels about her persona that she's chosen for her career, and if this reflected any true feelings when she had that reaction. But I thought it was a very good use of the word, like that the word has been treated so flippantly. I guess I don't actually remember if they used the word a ton in the movie versus just that's the name of the movie. But I thought it was a very good.
I think it's just. I think it's just Melvin uses Whorehouse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real example of it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Of like she is a whore, like that's, and I think if he had said it in a different context, she would not be hurt by it. But it's the way that he uses it to make her seem like a lesser person that is so hurtful. So I thought, yeah, it was a good dramatic scene in the middle of this goofy film to me.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I feel like I was waiting for that shoe to drop at some point because I was like, they're going to have conflict at some point.
Yes,
right.
And like, I was like, I have a feeling it's going to be, he's going to like rub it in her face.
Judge.
Like there's something about
He does judge her in some form. Like, even though he's trying to protect her in a way, there is still like a judgment that she chose that life.
I'm fascinated by Dolly kind of as like a cultural figure because she is, I feel like her brand is that like, you know,
this is what I just said.
No, I just feel like, but it's that meeting the like, but I'm still like, it doesn't influence, like her whole vibe is like, but it's all, everything's good. Like that's like how how she operates.
Yeah.
She's
like, it's
kind of
like
the hooker with the heart of gold is like her whole
like
persona almost.
Her,
I have all the outward appearance of somebody who's like
flaunty or like excessive or
irreputable character, but in fact, if you know anything about me and if you talk to me in any way, you're gonna find out that I'm like an extremely kind and like welcoming person that everybody wants to be around, kind of.
That will help like, I mean, without her, we wouldn't have had the COVID vaccine. Like, hello?
Yeah. She like sends books to children for free.
Yes, literally.
I gotta get on her mailing list for when I know.
Look at what Auntie Dolly sent us.
Auntie Dolly sent. I'm gonna put up pictures of our family, and I'm gonna put Dolly Parton. Auntie Dolly.
I feel like honestly, when we talk about like pop divas, obviously she is a country star, so she lives in a bit of a different bubble. But like, she is so tied in my brain to coming out of the same era of like women's lib. And I think she, like her
ability,
what she is, I think only they had to happen in tandem.
Yeah.
And like I feel like, I don't want to say she like used it to her advantage. That's not the implication of what I'm trying to say. But like, she was allowed to become who she was because of the steps forward that had like progressed. But I find that very interesting that she's like doing this role in this film that like is really do I want to say feminist? I mean, like, I get, like, it's like she's like a strong businesswoman, and like, yeah, the whole bit is like he's supposed to protect her, but it's more like he protects her so she doesn't like go to prison, not like protects her in terms of like she goes out and grabs the shotgun when the raid happens.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's like such a smart decision to cast Dolly in this movie because it's like the brand meets the character so perfectly.
Yeah.
It's literally like when Gaga was in Star Is Born.
He just said that, girl.
Oh, did you?
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say when Gaga was in Joker Polly.
He's gonna say. I was gonna say he's gonna say Star Is Born. Right now.
You know,
and you know
really
what? This
like,
idea just hit me. It's just like Star Is Born.
What no one has ever said before is that this is really kind of like a Star Is Born in a way.
Almost like a Star Is Born. I was like, Adam's just saying everything I'm saying again. Wait, I do have to discuss Dolly's songwriting because I looked at Adam and I was like, is every Dolly Parton song a list song? Like, Sneaking Around was like this, and this. Because I was like, stumbled like
name another
9 to 5 where she's naming the steps before going to work.
Name another
Coat of Many Colors. I was like, oh, maybe she's really cute. But I mean, a lot of country songs are list songs because they like to describe the day that they're having and how they got to the drinking their whiskey or whatever. But she just has such a quality when she is singing that it just feels, the sing-songy is like she's relishing in how sing-songy like her music is. And I loved hearing it in a musical format.
Right.
That's why I kind of wish 9 to 5 gets a movie musical version of
the musical.
musical.
The movie is not a musical. I've never seen the movie 9 to 5.
No,
I really want to.
It's not a
musical. It's a regular.
It's just the theme song plays in the opening sequence, and that's pretty much it.
Gotcha. Do you know? Okay, sorry, tangent. But you know what I did? Just start watching The Traitors.
Oh,
it's been on my list for forever, but I didn't think I had a Peacock login, and then I learned that my brother had one, so I'm very excited to get into it.
It's delish.
I already love Alan Cummings in it, of course. Or Alan, no, it's Cumming singular, isn't it? Alan Cumming.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I think
in this
like the
movie,
British one too.
In this movie, there's people Cummings. It's plural.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because the whole house is involved, so it's a plural.
Plural.
Like an attorneys general. Okay, I gotcha. Sorry, Dolly Parton writes great songs. I agree with you, RJ. She has a fantastic voice, but I feel like that's not the thing that she is. That's not the reason she's famous. It's just because her voice is good. Like we'll compare her to Whitney Houston because you have to because of the whatever. Like Whitney Houston is famous because of the way that she can sing, and I feel like Dolly Parton is famous because of her persona and her songwriting.
Yeah.
And that I think is really, it's just very admirable that's kind of how she made her mark.
She is like an American treasure, like thinking about American icons.
And there's no one like her.
No.
Like there's no one else who fills that kind of same. There's no one where it's like it was Dolly and then this person came up and replaced her and then like that hasn't.
I feel like Miley Cyrus is kind of trying to do that with like the reminders that Dolly Parton is her godmother and they like did it together, and I'm like, okay, sure, but like we all know you're not Dolly Parton, Miley Cyrus. So
I mean, if Dolly Parton was my godmother, I would also
bring it up all the time.
Tell people about it all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
If she was my godmother, I'd be like, can I rent out Dollywood for my birthday? Like the dream.
That would be so fun.
I don't like little baby to Dollywood.
That's the only problem.
Little summer cantaloupe to Dollywood.
Yeah. We are gonna take her to Disneyland, but we're gonna
right as she's
born. Well, kids under 2 are free. So like, we gotta go at least before that. But I have told Andrew that I was like, but we're getting a hotel room up there because I am not going to deal with the midday meltdown from skipping nap.
No,
because whenever we go at like 1:32,
your midday
it's yours, not the baby.
At like 1:32, I start to be like, oh, it's meltdown o'clock, and like every kid we see around us is crying.
Yeah,
and so I was like, this is the only way that I'm going to do Disneyland with a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what did we think about the governor?
Molly said she loved him. She thought it was the best performance in the...
Molly,
no, I didn't say that. I think I liked the number more than I liked the performance. I mean, the performance was meeting the demands of the writing of the number. So I'm not critiquing the performance, but I liked this like song about how politicians are just about, meeting the moment of public opinion and like don't have any of their own.
Yes.
I was like shocked that that's what it was about, like as it was happening, and like the crowd reactions of like, well, he didn't really say he liked it or he didn't liked it. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's like it's actively being commented on. I guess that I was like so shocked that I was seeing it happen.
I think we're like in some ways past that era of politics, probably to our detriment. I'd kind of almost like to bring that back at this point, but
now people are too opinionated. They have to have a stance.
People to care a little bit about public opinion rather than just being like, here's what I feel like doing, and it doesn't matter that 95% of the American population is not supportive of me doing that. But I just thought it was a fun number, and I liked that the governor exists as kind of a threat, and then he's like such a goofy guy.
Yes. I for most of the movie I was like, they're never gonna show it. Like it was gonna be, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like
in quotes the governor.
Yeah. I think the thing that surprised me most is like having never actually watched this movie before was like how much of it is like satirizing kind of like the not Texas specifically. Like it doesn't feel like it's making fun of Texas. It feels like it's making fun of like
morality
culture or like something
like press and like kind of like
the media
whipping
and politics
people into a frenzy
and that kind of thing. I loved that like Burt Reynolds was so unaware of the camera when he was like yelling at Melvin Thorpe and threatening him and stuff, and I was like, Bert, this is gonna go on TV, and the fact that he just like wasn't clocking that there was a camera in his face recording it, and then it goes on TV, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't think they were gonna put that on TV." And I was like, "Why would you think that? Why would you ever think that?" You were yelling
into the camera.
I love the idea of like now we live in like a panopticon society where I'm always assuming I'm being filmed, and like the idea that there would ever be a time where like you're so unused to being filmed that even with a camera directly in front of you, you would still be like, well, I didn't think they were gonna like use that footage against me. Yeah.
I liked that it was like supposed to clearly be, because he has a line later where he's like, I don't know anything about those electronics, and I liked that it was like, that's the one I think joke about it being like small, like he's like from a small town. They don't even have cameras.
Right.
That I thought was funny.
And I did like the town dynamic a lot. I do like that this town is like, no, this is fine. We're fine. We're fine with the chicken ranch.
Little League uniforms or whatever. You know?
They didn't have to play in their dungarees or whatever. Yeah. I this movie was more charming than I thought it was going to be.
But I guess I didn't have like preconceived notions of what it is, because I was like, okay, it's gonna be campy. I've seen the jockstrap number, so it's gonna be silly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the sweetness of like, oh, like there is kind of like a, well, maybe not sweetness. I didn't expect the kind of more poignant, like the morality coming into it, which I guess I should have, because it was about a whorehouse. So obviously that was going to be the, like, should this exist?
Maybe it's just about the whorehouse, making the decision to pivot to chickens, and that's the whole, maybe that would have been the whole plot, RJ.
And then it became Hooters. I thought this was a Hooters origin story.
Yeah. Did you see that Hooters is now trying to be like even more family friendly? I feel like they've kind of already been on that pivot. And I was like, there are so many places, and I say this as a person who's about to have a child, so I'm not like against families, obviously. I feel like there are many places to go with your family. There should be some places that are not for going with your family, and Hooters can be one of them. I'm fine with that. I feel this way about Las Vegas. When I was there, I was like, I want to be here having a good time without children around.
Children.
That should be the thing that I get out of being in Vegas. Because I also work with children, and sometimes I just need a few days where I'm not going to see one. And so I'm mad that like everything is becoming family friendly, because I'm like, there needs to be a place also for parents to be able to go and be like, no one's going to be having a meltdown around me, and I'm not going to be thinking about kids right now.
Yeah. But maybe this is you pre-having the baby, and then as soon as you have the baby, you're like, I need to be with my children everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm bringing the stroller in this restaurant. I don't care.
You're going to be on the Disney Parks Moms panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to be like, I can't believe that there were 2 men that kissed in this parade. And I'm going to shut this down now.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. I'm going to become super homophobic.
And then we have to find a third childless host. And that's going to be our
learned that the secret sauce of SHOWGAYS is having childless hosts.
Yeah, Molly comes back next season, and she has the most conservative, takes you've ever heard in your life. Wow, motherhood really changed her.
I'm just like, this movie shouldn't exist, because I don't want my newborn infant watching it, so no one should be allowed to watch it.
Right, exactly. There is a child that could potentially be susceptible to seeing this, and for that, we must burn all copies of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Well, is that it? Did we get it? Did we do it?
Burt Reynolds is hot. I mean, but hello, we have eyes.
Is hot. We know. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not even like, I mean, it really is. He's got a great face. He's really got a great face. Even with that mustache, he's got a great face.
Yeah. I agree. I don't know. The only explanation out of I can think of is that the tourists that come to New York City to watch Broadway are now too conservative for a show that's called Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Yeah.
But I have no other explanation as to why it has not had a revival.
It just feels like the satire part
so
of
clear.
The story is like so now that I'm like, just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Greg Abbott would send a bus of immigrants to protest it or whatever the fuck he does down there.
Is he still the governor?
Yes.
Is that what James Tallarico is running for? Or he's running for a Senate.
He's Senate. He's running to. Who's the senator?
John. It was John Cornyn. He's not going to. He didn't win the primary. John Cornyn did not win the primary, so now it's an open seat.
You said that as if it was like there was like the most salacious details behind the fact that he wasn't in the race.
Well, they found him. They found him at the chicken ranch.
Well,
okay, yeah.
They found him at the chicken ranch. No, John. If you want the long story, go to somewhere else. But if you want the short story, I'll tell you. John Cornyn is the sitting senator who had he had not voted in the impeachment after January 6th. Like, he didn't vote yes for impeachment. He just didn't vote. And so Trump has had it out for him ever since. So he endorsed Ken Paxton, who was the Attorney General of Texas. And so in the Republican primary, which just happened this past week, Ken Paxton won like 65 to like 35 or whatever against John Cornyn. So.
Oh boy.
I'm so glad I live in California now.
I'm so glad I live in Illinois.
Anyway, go support James Tallarico for Texas Senate.
Wow.
Let's move on. Critics give it a 52%. The New York Times said Colin Higgins, who has had the reputation of a reasonably able director of thriller romance comedy films, whatever they are,
that's
Foul
a pretty
Play
specific
and Silver
genre,
Streak,
I would say.
Foul Play and Silver Streak is lost here. He doesn't know how to make the bordello setting either sexy or funny, and those parts of the film that take place elsewhere drag interminably. He doesn't know how to help He doesn't know how to keep the musical numbers from sounding canned, not even the songs from an experienced singer like Miss Parton. And he doesn't know what to make of Miss Mona, the heroine of the story, with whom Miss Parton plays. Is she a tough old gal, or is she really just an innocent at heart? Mr. Higgins takes the latter, much less workable tack, to the point where he even has Miss Parton look surprised and injured when the sheriff, in a moment of anger, calls her a whore. What did she think she was selling? Used cars?
I disagree with every part of this review.
I agree with like 50% of it.
I agree with Adams, like it could still use a few more jokes, but I think that it is funny. I think that the musical number sounding canned is part of the camp that they were going for. I think that Miss Mona is like a very classic mix of tough girl, but also kind of innocent that you see in a lot of like Western narratives. And that the point of the scene is that she does know that she's selling whores. I think it's supposed to be that she was a whore and then she was, because it was like the best girl got picked to run the whorehouse or whatever. But like the point is how he's using it and what he means by it in that context when he hasn't used it to disrespect her in the past. So I think that guy is wrong.
I agree that I don't know if the direction is my favorite part of this movie.
Yeah, sure.
I think some of the like dancing is filmed really weird. Like it's clear that this is his first time kind of trying to shoot that specifically. Like I don't think the musical numbers are like as, I don't know. It's very weird how it's staged at some points, but I think
that's
also
not what this critic is talking about.
No. Yeah. That's not what this critique is talking about. I would say I agree that it is harder to make her like innocent at heart in terms of as like a choice. Like it's a longer stretch, and I don't know if the movie has enough runway to totally pull it off, rather than just choosing like tough old broad. And I think the moments where she is tough old broad, like I think I like those moments of the movie more.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we've already talked about like the scene that is being referenced, and we liked the scene itself. I think it would be more interesting if like that's the only time you see her kind of break. I think the scene where they're looking at the stars like tries to gild the lily too much, where it's like, and she's like, she was like a ballerina, or she wanted to be a ballerina, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, but I feel like this woman is like very
happy with what
with like her place in life. Like, I feel like we don't need to be like, isn't it a shame she did like there is that energy of that scene that I was like, no, just have her be like,
yeah, I guess that I felt like she was more gentle than she was innocent, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't supposed to be
absolutely not the right word.
Yeah. But like I think the reason for that thread of the character is that at the end, when the whorehouse has been shut down, we have to see her we have to know that there's a part of her that wants that, like, I got rescued by the cowboy thing to happen to make that a happy ending. And if it was like, I'm so committed to like being on my own and being independent, I just want to be a businesswoman, then I think I would be like a little sad at the end that she marries the sheriff, because I would be like, oh, but that's not what she wanted. Yeah.
That's fair.
Now you could also change the end, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like the ending, but that's fine. I just didn't like how it was presented. Not that I had a problem with the story of the ending, but like I was and then it went back into him being like, and then they got married, and we're not even gonna show a wedding. I was like,
not even a picture of the wedding.
I feel like we could have split the difference between like this and like.
I'm sorry. I just got so mad that we didn't have a picture of the wedding with like all of the whores in the background and like the Aggies,
or even
and,
at
like,
the house. Like just do it at the ranch.
I know,
before it closed or something.
Fun.
I know.
Would have been so fun.
Or even just like a proposal. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so.
Well, that's what I told Adam. I was like predicting the ending. I was like, it's gonna be at the end. They're going to have a wedding at the ranch.
Yeah.
And like everyone in town is gonna be there.
Oh my God. And then the snapshot is like the conservative looking pastor is like there that just proceeded, but he's like getting kissed on the cheek by one of the whores.
Yeah.
You know, like we
or
can
like
just make
legs
such a
of
mess
the girl
of a tableau.
behind.
Yeah, the legs of somebody's right behind him.
like a
See
standing
what fun we
segment.
could have had?
Yeah, come on.
Pissed.
Make a sequel to this musical that's just about them having their wedding. That's
the
what
wedding.
I want.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like we could have taken this and then like split the difference between this, like Miss Mona, and like the character that Doris Day played in like Pajama Game, where she was very like, I'm fine being on my own. I'm Doris Day.
Yeah.
Like I feel like somewhere in between the middle of those two is where I think I wanted this character.
Yeah.
Okay, on Letterboxd, this is a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So the people like it. Spencer gave it 3.5 stars and said, Dolly turned that whorehouse into a whore home. Beautiful.
That's great.
Sarah gave it 2.5 stars and said, Happy Pride Month to the Aggie football team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Madison gave it 3.5 stars and said, the old lady who said she started going to the whorehouse ever since her husband died threw the first brick. Yeah. People like it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Molly, who was your MVP this week?
I mean, okay, I'm gonna take the obvious one so that then you guys have to work hard. I'm gonna take Dolly Parton. Obviously, as we discussed extensively, her brand lent itself extremely well to this movie. I'm sorry she had a bad experience while filming it. That's such a bummer because it's so fun to watch.
I know.
Yes.
But obviously, like, yeah, I cannot imagine any other person in this role in the movie.
This is an interesting question because I actually don't think they have a... do you think the two of them, Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton,
Have chemistry
in this movie? It's weird. It's a weird
It was
question
weird.
because they themselves are so charismatic on their own that I think that is bleeding into if I think they have chemistry.
I felt like I could tell it was just riding on their natural acting ability and charm ability.
I don't think that they have chemistry in this movie, but I wasn't bothered that they didn't have chemistry.
Yes.
Because
It wasn't
they're both
like
charismatic. Yes.
It didn't feel like a Dolly situation.
Hello
Dolly situation. Where I'm like,
those people hate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also because I guess that what can sink a couple if there's not on-stage chemistry is often that you're like him, like, but like both of them were so charismatic on their own that I'm like, well, I see why you would want her and I see why she would want him.
Yes,
and
totally,
so like,
absolutely.
I don't have a beef with the fact that I'm not like reading the chemistry bleeding off the screen.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That was part of the
Critique.
New York Times review was that they didn't have any chemistry too. I saw. And I was like, oh, interesting. And that's when I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I think I agree. But I was like, I think I'm more forgiving because, like, they're just, like, so effortlessly fun.
Right.
And it's not like the story is, like, a sweeping romance where it's like, you should feel as strongly as they do. Yeah. RJ, who's your MVP?
My MVP is Dom DeLuise. Sorry. As Melvin P. Thorpe, as this like fanatic just for the screen time is so funny. And even though they're like, aha, we're gonna catch the whorehouse. Cut. Like that idea when they do the raid, and the raid was just like so manic, but then like he gets punched in the face, you know, like his piece gets taken off and then gets punched. Just like such a delicious role that I felt like he just like loved. And Adam was telling me that like him and Burt Reynolds like have worked like all the time.
They did a lot of movies together.
And they're like friends. So like that, honestly, that was the chemistry that I
was the chemistry.
I was like, you two love egging each other on.
Yeah.
It's just so delicious. Yeah. Adam. My Dom DeLuise. To the song "I Will Love," the two stanzas of "I Will Always Love You."
Yeah, shout out to "I Will Always Love You," one of the greatest love songs ever written. I'll give it to Bert.
Yeah.
I think he is good in this. I don't think he has as much
it's not
some kind of energy that Dolly does, obviously, which
it's
is
not as like
a flashier performance.
It's not as like reveling in as much as Dolly's character is reveling in that it's Dolly. Yes. I think here there could have been more that it's like it's fucking Burt Reynolds that's this role.
But he's good. He's very funny. I like all of his little very southern like attacks, or like his barbs that he throws at Dom DeLuise's character, and like the kind of way like Southerners will like everything's like a simile when they are being mean, which is really funny. I mean, I think he's good in this. I don't think this is like the best thing I've ever seen him in, but I think he's good. Yeah. So I'll take that.
I think it's a good decision that they were the two because it was able to be like, let's just sink in that it's Bert and it's Dolly.
Yeah. Even with a little bit of lack of chemistry, that wouldn't be a reason to me not to cast them.
Yeah.
And like, you don't, when I looked it up and I was like, oh, they had a bad time working on this, it does not come through.
No.
You do not watch this and go like, oh, Dolly looks like she hates her life. Like, it's so fun.
Such a professional.
Molly, what's your closer?
I would like for each of us to come up with a name if we are opening a whorehouse in our relative cities. We need to come up with a regionally specific name for our whorehouses.
Are you San Diego and
we're Chicago, so I'm San Diego and you guys are Chicago. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So just two.
Or you can do South Bend.
No, you can do your own.
Yeah, do South Bend.
I'm looking for multiple Chicago ideas is really what I'm...
Oh, okay. Well, there's only one brothel in Chicago.
And what is it called?
Give me a minute.
Okay. Do you need silence or do you want us to talk? Okay.
I was like, are you thinking? Are you...
I'm thinking, so I wanted to do something with like surfing in the ocean or whatever, but I was having trouble kind of putting it together. I think I'm just going to go with the fish taco stand.
Cute. I just think that should be... God. Something about a California fish taco. They're the only ones that can do it right, so honey.
So good.
Yeah.
With a little bit of that cabbage. Oh.
So good.
So good. Yeah. And like a spicy mayo.
Yeah. And maybe we also actually serve fish tacos as like part of the gag, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like fish tacos.
I always wanted to own a strip club called Chicken Strips, where then you can also purchase chicken strips while you're watching women strip out of chicken costumes.
I will say, I forgot to mention this, but one of my favorite bits in the Chicken Ranch was that like, and we wash you every time to make sure we don't spread the clap. And it's like, and here's a basin that we have to wash your junk. And they're like, sometimes it's even the best part. I'm sure it's real, right? That like,
probably.
Yeah, we gotta wash the jewels.
I mean, I would prefer that if I were a sex worker, even though I know it's not going to stop STDs from spreading.
Right. It's like, I prefer to like wash pre and post. To be clean. I would just like to.
I want to read this to you because this is so crazy. This is back in the original Chicken Ranch article.
Maybe this will help inspire some names.
Each prostitute would have between 5 and 20 customers per day.
Wow. Oh, gosh.
In the 1950s, they charged $15 for 15 minutes, which is $180 in today's terms, meaning I don't know what
when they wrote
that, but
okay,
2008.
So even more today.
Yeah.
The employees were required to give 75% of their earnings to Edna Milton, who owned it, who paid for all of their living and medical expenses. At its peak in the 1960s, it earned more than $500,000 per year, $5.1 million in today's terms, with the prostitutes keeping an additional $300 per week for themselves, which is about $3,100 a week.
It's a good gig, man. I mean, 20 a day, that's a lot, but it's good living.
Good living. You gotta get a living.
It was interesting. There was like, Milton maintained many of Williams's rules for the girls. They were prohibited from drinking or getting tattoos and were not allowed to socialize with the residents of LaGrange. Before beginning their employment, the prostitutes were fingerprinted and photographed and underwent background checks. And then after beginning work, they were required to see the doctor in town weekly for a checkup.
Wow, weekly.
Okay.
So, I mean, it seemed like maybe that's how we. Maybe it's fine.
That is the argument for
argument,
regulating, right? For making sex work legal, is that you are able to regulate it. You're able to say, you know, yeah, you can go to the doctor. You can tell them honestly what you do and why you need to be screened so often. You can, you know, be in a community where it's establish what you're doing there, and it can be supportive and keep you safe rather than being out on the street and going to random hotels and that kind of thing. So, yeah,
being trafficked.
Being trafficked. That would be my argument for making sex work
legal. Totally. I think too, and then, you know, what would be really fun is then you make it legal, and then the prostitutes, you know, they can form a union, and then we have like fun strikes.
Oh my God, the prostitute strikes would be so fun.
I think Chicago would have to be something like Chicago hot dog.
The deepest dish.
The deepest dish. Wow.
I like that.
Or
no ketchup.
Or it's a brothel in Little Italy, but it's called Italian beef.
But all
the girls have to be Italian. They have to be Italian.
No, I was going to say, I think that has to be that men are what are on offer if it's called Italian beef.
I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or just call it Portillo's.
Al's number one beef.
Have it be exactly the same sign and every complete trademark infringement.
Yeah, and you walk in, you're like, oh,
this isn't one of the sandwich ones. Oh, dang. Okay.
Oh,
but that would, you know what? That would be good.
One. Oh, it's this one.
It would be good. It would be good, cover for everybody to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was a sandwich one, but now that I'm here,
all the walls turn around with beds, and then it's like fryers.
Yeah.
I do like deepest dish. I think that's good.
Yeah. There's something very provocative about that.
Yeah, it's very sexy.
Work, guys.
Very sexy.
Great. Well, this has been fun. Molly, I know you were such a fan of the song. We've got a whorehouse here in Texas or whatever.
Yes.
So why don't you take us away, Molly? We'd love to hear it.
Oh no, I've forgotten it again.
The mommy brain won't let me keep the song.
Texas has a whorehouse in it.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
They're not saying hallelujah though. What are they saying? Are they saying
I think they do say hallelujah.
Hallelujah. No, that can't be it. They can't be celebrating.
They're celebrating. Texas has a whorehouse in it.
You know, that's gonna be our version. Texas has a whorehouse in it. Hallelujah. Texas has a whorehouse in it. Hallelujah.
Okay, bye. Thank you for listening to SHOWGAYS, a Cinema musical podcast. This episode was edited and mixed by Adam Noecker. This has been an Ampliverse production. You can find the Ampliverse on Instagram, Threads, and YouTube at The Ampliverse. Check out our full roster of shows at theampliverse.com. If you'd like to send us your own takes on the movie we just watched, reach out to us via email, and we might just read it aloud on the show. Our email is showgaysmoviemusical@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us wherever you get your podcasts, and please rate, review, and subscribe to help others find the show. And now, as always, the show must go on, so stick around to hear what we'll be watching next episode.
Now the night was dark, and the mountain was covered with mist, and the moon was no bigger than the light from a halfpenny cat. But it didn't hide him from me, for there he stood with an angry little goblin, and his face as fierce as fire. King Brian, my old boy, oh, I've got you at last, and I'm not going to let you go until you grant me the favour of 3 grand wishes. Granted. You're looking at Brian of Knocknashega, king of all the leprechauns. You ought to see him with his little gold crown and his red beard, and his 2 eyes leaping from his head like flames.
Michael,
I'd like to talk about Katie. In the old ruins on the top of Knocknashiga. And there were the little people dancing all around in the moonlight.
Well, aren't they the bold creatures?
Kiss her. Kiss her. Go on, kiss her.
I've heard enough silly blather about little people to last me a lifetime.
What kind of man are you at all that doesn't believe in the little people?
I declare to me soul, when I tell them this down in the pub, they won't believe a word of it.
You can't do that, Darby. Once you're here, there's no going back.
I've got to get back to Kitty.
Darby, this is Michael McBride. I've decided to settle him here in your place.
Why didn't you tell me?
Your father made me promise that I wouldn't.
The Banshee! Brian! King Brian!
What is it, man?
The death coach! Send it away!
Oh, she is my dear, my darling one, her eyes so sparkling, full of fun. No other can match the likes of her.
Oh, he is my dear, my darling one, his eyes so sparkling, full of fun. No other can match the likes of him.
He is my dear, my darling one, my smiling and beguiling one.
I love the ground he walks upon,
My darling
Irish girl.